Hey everybody, how's it going? My name is Jimmy. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you guys are wondering, I'm using the X-T2 to film right now. I'm using the 18 to 55 millimeter lens. This is a great camera to shoot with as well as do videos with in case you're wondering what I'm using. As I mentioned, I use this one also to shoot. I have the 85 millimeter lens on this camera, another great portrait lens especially. Okay, so today we are talking about a discussion about cell phone photography. Now, some of you guys are wondering what is a big deal about cell phones and why are we talking about it? I just want to open up a discussion with you guys because I realize I do have a bias when it comes to cell phones and taking pictures with it. Now, cell phones have been around for a long time. We all have smartphones, unless you're purposely trying to stick it to the man and not use a cell phone. I think we all know people like that. Like, why are you using that old phone? Or why don't you have a cell phone? I don't need it. I think we all can agree we all need cell phones nowadays, and we use them to take pretty amazing pictures. In fact, if you go on Instagram or some sort of like picture sharing site, you'll see that there are some amazing photographs, such thought-provoking, storytelling photographs with cell phones. Then why is it that when I see pictures taken by cell phones and I realize that they are taken by cell phones, I take it down a notch in my head? It's just not as good as if you had taken or told me that it was taken by a camera like a DSLR or a mirrorless camera or a medium format camera, whatever it may be. Even a small digital camera I feel like is more legit than using a cell phone camera. I don't know why that is, but it's something that I realized that I had a bias in my head for more than a few years now. Even now, as cell phone technology has advanced greatly over the years, and in such a short period of time, it's just jumping leaps and bounds. The things you can do on a cell phone as a photographer, I mean, even as a videographer, you can do so many things with it. It only makes it more of a legit source of taking artful pictures with. But for some reason, when I hear that someone has taken pictures with a DSLR or mirrorless, a Fuji or a Sony, I think, wow, now that's a great picture. Or they say, no, 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 actually it was taken by a cell phone, a Samsung S10 or an iPhone. Is it still good? I say, it's great. I couldn't have taken that picture. However, it's not as good as if someone had taken that picture with a mirrorless camera or a full frame camera of some sort. Is that fair? Of course that's not fair. I know that logically in my head. A picture is a picture. What is photography? Taking pictures, moving people with an artful form of taking pictures. I think it doesn't matter how the picture is taken. It should not matter. And yet, to me, it does. What about you guys? Do you think cell phone photography is a legit way of taking pictures? When you find out a beautiful picture that you've admired, let's say in an Instagram feed or blown up on someone's wall, and you say, wow, what a wonderful picture that is. That really makes me feel a certain type of way. And you find out, oh, that was taken with the Samsung S6 a few years ago. Do you go, hmm, it's just okay then. I guess it's just okay. Do you think that to yourself? Because that's what I do. I know it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. In fact, when I take pictures that are really great, in my own opinion, with my camera, right? And I proudly upload it. I boldly say it was taken with the Fuji X-T1, X-E2, X-T2, and I will show that picture off till everyone notices it and still doesn't give me a like for some reason. I guess it's not as good as I think it is. And then I will take a picture which is better, if not just as good as any other picture I would have taken with my camera, with my cell phone, and I will post it. And I will always feel like I have to disclose, hey guys, just so you know, this was taken with my cell phone. Therefore, it's not as good. At least it's not as good to me. So you should say it's not as good when you look at my picture, just so you know. If the picture sucks, it's because it's taken with my cell phone. Almost like a little disclaimer, like a little safety net. I don't know why I do that. I think maybe because I grew up shooting on film. I'm one of those dinosaur guys that kind of look at other photographers and say, like, I know what real photography is. I grew up on film. I grew up on these types of cameras. Something that you hold in your hand, that you have to lug around with you. That's real photography. Like people, say, like, I know what real music is. This new digital music, that's not music. This new EDM stuff, this new dubstep stuff, that's now old now too. That's not real music. Real music is guitars and dirty driving through the amplifiers. That's real music, right? I think that's what I'm doing now, and I don't think that's really fair. Of course, music advances. Of course, art advances in many ways through technology and through innovation, and that's no different for photography. When it comes to cell phone photography, if you look at the functions on your phone right now, I guarantee you'll have some sort of raw format possibly. You'll have the ability to shrink the sizes just like you do on a cell phone. You'll be able to edit it with automatic modes, automatic filters, just like you can do on a DSLR. You can go to a pro mode where you can adjust the ISO, the exposure, the shutter speed. You can do all of that. You can do motion blur. You can have something static as you take pictures of someone moving. You can do that too. You can do time-lapse video on your phone. You can do HDR. You can do HD. You can do 4K. You can do all that stuff on a phone now. I mean, it's incredible the things you can do on a cell phone. And yet, when I hear someone that takes a picture legitimately with their cell phone, I'll kind of go like this. I'll put my nose at them and say, it's just not as good. I know it's silly. I know it's wrong. I'm trying to change my view, but haven't met anyone that can do that. I know there's people out there right now watching this video that can leave a thought-provoking kind comment below, directing me in a way that can let me see your point of view. Or maybe you agree with me. Maybe in your heart, deep inside your heart, you agree with me. Maybe you think cell phone photography is not as good as taking a picture with this one, even if, compositionally speaking, your cell phone picture might end up better than this one in that moment, right? In fact, you know what I'll do? I'll be in a moment where I'll walk outside and I don't have my camera with me, and I'll see a moment or some composition that I'll see with the light, or if I'm on an underpass by a highway or something happening, I'll go, wow, I wish I had my camera. And I have my cell phone with me, but I purposely won't take that picture. And I'll let that moment slip by. And that inspiration will eat away at me and say, you missed that moment. You could have taken that picture, but you didn't. And people a long time ago would have killed to have a camera phone like we have now in your pocket. And yet you take it for granted and you don't take that picture because you didn't have this thing with you. What difference does it make how we take that picture? It's about the moment, right? And I let it slip by. Sometimes I know that about myself, and I'll begrudgingly take out my cell phone and go, take that picture with my cell phone. I have that snotty look in my face. I wish I had my Fuji with me, is what I'll say to myself. I wish I had the right lens. This isn't the right lens. That snobbery will sneak in. And I'll take that picture without my whole heart. I'll just kind of snap it like this and go, all right, at least I got it. I'll come back next time with my Fuji real camera and I'll retake that shot, right? Of course you never do, because that moment, that inspiration is fleeting. It passes by. Just a thought, just what I just think about at night, what keeps me up at night, what plagues my thoughts as I eat my breakfast. I think, man, why do I think this way about cell phone photography? Hopefully you guys can help me out with this one. If you agree with me, if you disagree with me, if I have really all weird points that I brought up today, maybe it's just me that thinks this way. I don't know. I'll be bringing up some more discussion points, some more tips like this coming up for photographers. I hope you enjoyed this one. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.